Death is the end of man and the beginning of another journey to eternity. The 28th of October was a sad day for the Egbas. The entire Yoruba race has lost their very own legend, matriarch of the Yoruba race and a worthy daughter of the Okiono descent. Iyalode Alaba Lawson was a respectable woman in Yoruba land, and she was until her demise the Iyalode of Egba land as well as the Iyalode of Yoruba land. The nickname Omo Aderu Lono Meji, which translates to child of double load carriers, was given to Alaba and her siblings by their merchant grandparents on both the maternal and paternal sides because of their bulky stock.
Where can I start from? It's you never can really tell about the first memory about somebody because it's so near and yet so far. But my first images of my mother was that of a very hardworking woman, very disciplined and principled. I can tell you that because so many things happened in my youth. Then I know that we weren't just allowed to run around the house anyhow. We were subjected to a lot of rules. As children, you don't go around making noise. You don't even step outside the house. I can remember then when I needed to ride my bicycle, the chopper then, I needed to take permission from my mother to step outside the house. Sometimes when I go to my other friends' houses, the way they step, they can go outside the house anytime. That's why the fact that we live in a compound, you don't dare step out of the house anyhow or anytime. You have to take permission before you go outside the house to do anything. And that was how we grew up. It was in a closed environment, disciplined and principled environment. And I've always known our mother to be very principled, very disciplined, and her famous voice. When she speaks, you can hear at very far distance. You don't want my mother to shout at you, because that in itself can even be worse than the stick, the authority that we had to endure so many times when we ran foul of our ire or anger.
My name is Tunji Bankole One. I am an in-law to the family. My wife is the niece to late Chief Nta Lawson. She is a very wonderful person. Always jovial. You will see her anywhere, anytime. She's ready to receive you, and will laugh. You will see her laughing deep inside, not a fake laughter. She's just wonderful. I will remember for her commitment to whatever she wanted to do. And this shows a lot of virtue in her.
Okay, my name is Iyalode Alaba Lawson. My relationship with Iyalode Alaba Lawson Her husband, Chief Kehinde Lawson, was my mother's twin brother. My mother was Chief Mrs. Taiwo Olubukayo Lawson Babatola. So that's a relationship that we have. One-on-one times would mostly be when we, the children, were still very young. We used to come to Abeokuta a lot. And Auntie would go to the kitchen and she would lay the table as if 100 people were coming for a buffet, all within a very short time. She would have cooked all sorts of delicacies and laid the table, and all of us would just, surround the table and eat. Those are very fond memories, very fun times we had. Yeah.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson was born to Papa and Mrs. Emmanuel Abeokuta in Abeokuta on January 18, 1951. Her parents joined the Jehovah's Witness sect the year she was born, so she spent her early years traveling with them as they served as evangelists. Before she turned 5, she started taking lessons at an open class in front of St. John's Church, Igbeyin, Abeokuta. Between 1957 and 1962, Alaba attended St. James's African Primary School in Idiakwe, Abeokuta for her primary education. The Western African School Certificate was earned at the Abeokuta Girls Grammar School, also known as the Anglican Girls Grammar School, from where she moved on.
I've worked with our late proprietress for over 35 years. It's a very long journey. Her demise is a great shock to us as a school, to the Jibuku family, to Ogun State, and to the world at large. Mama lived a very eventful life. He lived an impactful life. In fact, he touched life of many people.
Where do I start and work with you as an ICT person? Working with Iyalode Alaba Lawson is one of the things you can pray for. He's a goal-getter, he's an idealist, and he loves innovation. So working with her puts you on edge. You want to be the best of yourself because you can't give him anything less to the best. So he welcomes idea and he pushes you to do better. Now, Nurse Mama is a mother to the core. He treats every of his employees as a son and a grandson. I enjoyed our relationship and I'm going to miss her a lot for a whole lot of things. When you go to Mama crying, you come out laughing. And she's just full, it's an embodiment of knowledge.
Mama, I don't know where to start, but when we're talking about Iyalode Alaba Lawson, she's a woman of all the encompasses. When we're talking about work, that's what she's all about. She doesn't like you being idle or doing nothing. She believes there is nothing you cannot do. All what she believes is, if you want to do it, you have to do it. No, nothing about no as an answer for her.
Alaba got married to Chief Oladeyinde Lawson's son, Kehinde Lawson, in 1968, who had also served as one of her mentors. Alaba began her teaching career in 1969 and later moved to Prince's Gate, England's St. Nicholas Montessori Teachers Training College in 1973 for additional study, where she earned her first-class diploma in education with honors, the first African student to receive this rating from the school. She worked as a teacher in a number of renowned nurseries while she was living in England, including Mill Hill Nursery and Junior School and the renowned Queen's Gate Montessori Nursery School.
Mama, she's a disciplinarian woman. If you enter the school like this, you will be hearing her voice from the gates. You know that, Iyalode is around. She will not be shouting, excuse me, who is there? That auntie should come over here. What are you doing? It's a work. Let me say workaholic or work-headed woman. And she's a giant woman. I've learned a lot from her. So I've missed her a lot.
I call her Grandma Lawson, Iyalode Alaba Lawson. I met her a few couple of years and she invited me to the school. And she has been a good mother, a friendly to the staff, to the environment. During the period I met her, it was a smooth one. Like, there's one particular song she always sings. That song, she likes it. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning. She loved that song. And when she comes to the school, there's a song she always sings for the children, you know. Once she's in school, you will feel her presence. She's always there and she likes to be coordinated.
It's really been good working with her. And over the years, I've learned a lot of things from her, you know, how to react to situations. She has really impacted my life in that aspect. And I've learned, you know, so many things like being compassionate, because she's a very compassionate person. Even my coming here to work is based on compassion. As at the time I came, it's not as if she needed somebody, but she was just like, let me help you. And then she, you know, employed me. Things like that. So, and she has touched us, our staffs, you know. Some of our children are on scholarship. She's a very compassionate person, I can say.
After returning to Nigeria, Alaba taught for just 1 year before founding her own school, Lawson's Childcare Nursery and Primary School, with just 3 students.
My name is Martha Odeyemi. An icon is gone. My role model, my favorite teacher, a woman of virtue, an hardworking woman. Your departure has left a big space in our hearts, and you will forever be missed by Alaba Lawson group of school students, both the old and the new. Through Mrs. Lawson, I have been able to recognize my talents, and all thanks to her and my teachers, I have been able to showcase my talents. Mrs. Lawson loves culture. She makes culture a priority and inculcates this in all the students. Till we meet to part no more, may your gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Lawson will build the world, a great Nigeria, it's ours to build.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson. She was a true disciplinarian. She was a mother who cared for everyone and treated us as if we are her own. I remember what she used to say, punctuality is the soul of business. I remember her smile, her confidence, her voice. She was a true matriarch, and her legacy will continue to live on.
On Saturday when she died, it was very painful because she was a good woman. She was a great grandmother to all of us. I loved her because I've been with her for 6 years, and the whole 6 years she inculcated good values in us. She always told us that our characters are greater than our books. Although we learn, we came to school to learn, but the characters should be better than our books.
Since that time, she has not turned around. The Little Mustard Seed has grown into the Lawson's group of schools.
Iyalode was a great woman. It saddens my heart that I have to talk about Iyalode using the past tense. But of course, such is life. Death, according to William Shakespeare, is a necessary end that comes when it comes. Iyalode was a fantastic woman. She was a wonderful woman, a woman of virtue, a woman of valor, a seasoned educationist, a disciplinarian, a philanthropist. In fact, the adjectives that can be used to qualify Iyalode are inexhaustible. And I want to say they are all in the superlative. She was one of a kind. I think we will not have another Iyalode, another Oluwaseun Alaba Lawson in 1,000 years. Yeah.
Iyalode Oluwaseun Alaba Lawson is a good mother to me. a good one at that. She is known for her strength, her valor, and her hardworking nature. She is so kind to us all and everyone that comes across her.
I'm the principal of Alaba Lawson Royal College. I've been here since 2006 and 17 years now. I've been here for 17 years. I want to thank the late proprietress for giving me the opportunity to become the principal. I'll forever be grateful to her. She was motherly, kind, generous. You know, there are people with vicious attributes. There are people that mean so much to our existence. Iyalode has so many important virtues. She wanted the students to be successful. And I personally, I benefited from her benevolence. When I joined in this school, 2006, there was a need for teachers to acquire more knowledge, to go to school. So many of our teachers also have gone to school. And we have acquired functional skills. You know, education is about acquiring functional skills that will make us relevant to our society. She allowed us to go to school. So many teachers have gone to school and they've improved. I will forever be grateful to her because she has given us an opportunity to acquire skills. Other people might say something, other important virtues, but one thing that I will never forget, we were able to go to school here. And most of us were very, very comfortable here. You know, it's very important, it's very difficult to see people staying here for 17, 18 years. In fact, you see the primary teachers, the Ghanaians, they've been here for more than 30 years. If she's not teaching us very well, we will not stay. Some private schools, you see them 2 years, 3 years, they've gone. So the teachers here have been around for a while. That is to show that she took care of all the teachers. She was very generous. Salaries were paid as of when due. She increased salaries at whims without hesitating. She was very generous, very disciplined. I will never forget. Her memories can never be obliterated in my life. I will forever be grateful to her.
I still remember that Saturday morning when I heard the news that Iyalode was no more. I cried and I cried. Chief Mrs. Iyalode Alaba Lawson, a true matriarch and mentor. She was more than my proprietress. She was my grandmother. I remember when I was in the nursery school, she brought me up to the person that I am today, and it pains me that she won't be there at my graduation. I can still picture her on the assembly, charging us to be self-disciplined, reminding us that our character is written in our books, and asking us those 3 questions. Who am I? Why am I passing through Lawson School? And what hope do I have for my future? Today, I have discovered myself because of her. She always tells us how she wishes we could be greater than her. Mrs. Lawson, I promise you, I will be greater than you. And yes, you may be gone, but you are never forgotten. These halls you once graced your presence will continue to feel your impact. Lawson School shall reign forever.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson has made equally impressive contributions in the fields of commerce and industry. She founded Capricorn Stores Limited, a trading and distribution business which existed from 1968 to 1996. She successfully ran the company while juggling the management of the Lawson Group of Schools. She was also a significant distributor in Abeokuta and other cities in the southwest of Nigeria.
Chief Amademaja, Iyalode Alaba Lawson. Ìyá mi ni òun kọ́ ló bí mi o, ṣùgbọ́n níta yé yìí ìyá mi ni. Kò sí bá a ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọjà June 12 market Panṣẹ́kẹ́ yìí. Bí a fẹ́ sọ̀tàn kí ọ̀rọ̀ Iyalode Alaba Lawson má yọ mí. So ìyá wa gan-an. Tó bá yẹ pé ìwà téèyàn bá ń wù, ṣó ti yé yín pé kán wò wá náà fi ń dé àlùjọ náà tàbí náà fi ń délé ológo má yẹ kí n tàn ẹ̀ jẹ. Tó bá yẹ òun ni o, tá a bá jọ tó bá yẹ kó náà wà fi jọ́ọ̀jì o, kò sí àní-àní Àlàbá ó wà ní ológo lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Wàláì Iyalode kọ́lọ́hún ọba ọlọ́jọ́ ìní ó bá wa fọ̀rùn kẹ́ ó ti rí kẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run náà. Gbogbo tó wá fílẹ̀ pátá má bàjẹ́ látòrí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ látòrí àkọ́bí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ títí lọ dé ọ̀dọ̀ àbígbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ Ọlọ́run lọ́jọ́ ìní kó bá wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwà wọn Ọlọ́run kó lọ́ra ẹ̀mí àwọn ọmọ yẹn lẹ́yìn ikú ìyá wọn kó má rí dẹ̀rù kó má sì bẹ̀rù fún wọn gbogbo ohun tí ìyá wọn kó lé wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí kó máa dínkù.
She was elected president of the Abeokuta Chambers of Commerce in 1995. It was during her leadership that the Ogun State government granted her permission to use the Commerce House as a secretariat for the Abeokuta Chamber of Commerce.
I've known her over 25 years, but we became closer when I became one of the officers of the chamber, right from my city chamber, our Chamber of Commerce, because she happens to be our line matron. Oh yes, that is that. Iyalode never felt that there was anything impossible. Where it is difficult, say yes, we are going to get there, my president, let's go. That is one. The other is, if you have an event, before you start, thinking of what you do there, including gifts.
She made sure that Ogun State's private sector united to speak out in support of business development. In 2000, she was elected president of the Ogun Council of Chambers and Commerce, a position she held until 2002. As a good team player, she championed the approval of Odua International Trade Fair.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson, èèyàn dáadáa ni wọ́n dá sí gbogbo aráàlú, wọ́n dá sí mi náà gan. Mo mọ̀ wọ́n dáadáa láti kékeré, bàbá wọn àti bàbá mi ọ̀rẹ́ ni wọ́n. Ìsìn pa àwọn méjèèjì pọ̀, bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé torí bọ́ọ̀lù ń ṣe ní bó ṣe máa rí, àwa wà ń tà. Iyalode náà wà ń tà ọmọ ajẹ́rìí láwa méjèèjì, so ìsìn pa wá pọ̀, èèyàn dáadáa ni wọ́n. Mo dẹ̀ wá fi kíní kan láìkì Iyalode Alaba Lawson. Tí ìṣòro bá dé sẹ́nìkan máa dúró tì ní. Wọ́n ti dúró tì mí nígbà kan jẹ́ pé àwọn alágbára ti ṣọ́ọ̀pù mi. Ó ń gbà tí Iyalode Alaba Lawson dúró tì mí. Àwọn tó gbógun àtògùn wọn sáré kábàkàbà. So mi lè gbàgbé wọn ní aspect mi, èèyàn dáadáa ni wọ́n. Ikú wọn dùn wá gan. Kò sí nǹkan tá a lè ṣe. Ikú foníkàsílẹ̀ ó mẹ́ni tó dáa lọ. Ikú foníkàsílẹ̀ ó pẹ́ ní èrè. Ojú wa ń ṣomi gbére, Ọlọ́run lomi ojú wa nù. Iwájú tán dojú kọ kó má bàjẹ́. Ẹ̀yìn tí wọ́n fi ilẹ̀ kí ilé wọn má dàrú. Ọlọ́run bá mi.
She was the former chairman, Board of Governing Council, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Ogun State, Mapoli. She was a member of the Association of Chambers and Commerce Industry, Mines and Agriculture. She was a former president of Odua's Chambers of Commerce between 2000 and 2002. She was president of the Council of Chambers and Commerce between 1995 and 2000. She has been president, Federation of ECOWAS Businesswomen Entrepreneur. Since 2008, she has been a member, Lagos Chambers of Commerce and Industry.
My name is Dimeji Kayode Adedeji. I'm the founder of Pen Pushing Media and media advisor to late Iyalode of Yoruba land, Iyalode Alaba Lawson. I have been with Iyalode for over 30 years. And I would say I have never for a second have any regret to have an association with her. Ironically, October 28, 2023 was what I describe as a Black Saturday for me. Black Saturday says that was the day Iyalode Alaba Lawson breathed her last. And it was so painful that she left us. As I said earlier on, I've been with her for a number of years. And she's somebody that I cherish She's somebody who also cherishes me. She has that trust in me.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson was the matron of many societies, including the butchers, blacksmiths, welders and iron benders, palm oil sellers, fresh fish sellers, herbs and root sellers, and the Ogun State Union of Journalists, among others.
My name is Lawson Iniolua. Iyalode Alaba Lawson was my grandmother. She was a very loving woman, caring. One thing my grandmother always tell me is to fight for myself, to be obedient, to be a good leader, and to be of good characters. Whenever we're together, she always remind me and would say, Iniolua, remember your character is greater than your books.
She also founded the Iyalode Egba Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to advancing women's moral, social and economic status in general. She has also donated locally made machines to women's organizations in Ogun State, Southwest Nigeria, in an effort to better the situation of female traders. Iyalode Alaba Lawson was an epitome of Yoruba culture and tradition. In recognition of outstanding contributions to the propagation of Yoruba culture, she has also been honored with quite a number of chieftaincy titles, prominent among which are Otun of Oko, the Asiwaju Iyalode of Egba land, Otun Iyalode of Egba Christians, the Iyalode of Egba land, the Iyalode of Yoruba land, conferred on her by the late Alaafin of Oyo, His Royal Majesty Oba Lamidi Adeyemi Ikubaba Yeye.
Iyalode Alaba Lawson bá a ṣe mọ́ra àti wípé nínú náwé nawib la gbà mọ́ra nínú ọlọ́jà àgbáyé àjọpàdé ń bẹ̀ àjọpàdé wọn wá lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ Iyalode lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àjẹtì mọ́ra ìtí mo ń wí àti tó 35 years tá a ti mọ́ra right mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run mo gbé Ọlọ́run ga nínú ayé Iyalode Olúwaṣeun Alaba Lawson ó ṣe gudugudu méje ó ní àwàfẹ́ o ṣùgbọ́n ya Jésù fẹ́ ọ jù tó bá ní kò ṣeun báyìí pé Jehovah ràn yín lọ́wọ́ Jehovah pẹ̀lú yín Jehovah á wà pẹ̀lú yín Jehovah yẹn ò kó lẹ́nu ẹ̀ títí tó fi títí ẹlẹ́mìí fi gbà Jehovah náà ló ń pè àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run nítorí pé Ọlọ́run dáradára.
She was also honored with the UN Sustainable Development Goal Ambassador in February 2017 in recognition of her zeal and encouragement of female entrepreneurs. She encourages the formation of cooperatives to improve access to financing as well as trade association and membership in the Chamber of Commerce. Indeed, she was a mobilizer of the informal trade sector. It is no doubt that she will be greatly missed by friends, associates, family members, the royal community, and many others. We say, may her gentle soul rest in peace.
Eke Osana o Eke Osana Selendumare Eke Osana o Eke Osana Selendumare Eke Osana o Eke Osana Selendumare Eke